One is not related to clean coal technology, awkwardly described here as non-coal advanced energy projects. We haven't figured out a catchy name to capture everything else besides coal. That funding over the course of the program is $84 million. It will be issued in 3 years, $28 million authority in each of those 3 years. It will be divided between grants and loans. The legislation allows for that. And it will all be awarded through a formal application and review process that I'll touch on a little bit later, bringing in outside expertise added to the state's expertise to make decisions. We have engaged through the Air Authority USA Energy Advisors to help us with that validation, both on the technological side and on the business plan side. And so that's how that portion, that component will move forward. We also have the clean coal technology portion. That will have $66 million available to it over the 3 years. That money is available in a single pot, if you will, that begins to be available in the early year of the program. It will spread out over the 3 years, but there's not a defined distribution. Again, we're going to divide between grants and loans. We have the formal application and review process. That statutory process for approval is that goes through the traditional Ohio Coal Development Office program. It will be reviewed by staff, outside peer reviewers. It then goes to an established technical advisory committee, comes back to the Ohio Air Quality Development Authority for a final decision. Let me talk very quickly a little bit about the application process. In both of these, the formal name for this is we're issuing a notice of funding availability. What it means is that it is an open process. We will consider applications as they come to us and as money continues to be available. The first stage is going to be a letter of intent. The purpose of the letter of intent is to gather basic information about the company that's involved. Who are they? Where are they? What is the proposal they're sending us in brief form and abstract form, and how much money in terms of assistance are they seeking? This will allow us to do a very quick screening for legal eligibility. Do you fit within the statutory guidelines of this program? If they do, and if we decide that this is the right part of the stimulus package for those programs to be involved in, we're going to sit down also as part of that process with the other component parts of the stimulus package and say, well, does this really belong in bioproducts, or is this a logistics project? We're going to do that as a joint process. Okay, we decide you're legally eligible, we think you belong in this part of the stimulus package. We then move on to an initial application where we collect the additional information necessary to understand the project, understand the technology, understand the business plan behind it. And we will begin the review process there doing the necessary validation. At every stage, what we've tried to do is design a process where we're never asking the applicant to give us more information than we absolutely need to move them on to the next stage. So we're being respectful of their resources and times. Part of the promise in there is that if we need to, we will give them a quick no, or we will give them quick feedback that said, look, your proposal is really weak in these areas. You need to get help to strengthen that if you're going to get any kind of serious consideration. And we'll be able to provide them with some consultation about where they can go to find that assistance. Technically, in terms of the process and the final approval, there are two different paths. For the clean coal technology, staff and outside reviewers go through the proposal. They then go to the technical advisory committee. Together, a recommendation is made to the Ohio Air Quality Development Authority. Those 7 members of the authority then vote on the proposal. If they approve it, it goes into grant agreement or contract. On the other advanced energy technologies, we have a couple of more steps that have been established in statute. Again, we'll use staff and outside reviewers to make a recommendation, but that recommendation will go to the Development Financing Advisory Council here at the Department of Development. They will look at it. The joint recommendation then will go back to the Ohio Air Quality development authority for decision. That decision then is subject to controlling board review. So it will then go to the controlling board for the final sign-off.